Hello, everyone. Okay, glad you guys made it today. So today's lesson, we're going to talk about reading comprehension. Okay, reading comprehension and fluency. How to use fluency with your reading comprehension. And we're going to talk about the 5 W's and H strategy. Okay, so our objective today is you will be able to improve your fluency and reading comprehension skills by using the 5 W's and the H. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Okay? So these are the strategies that we will be using today. So we're going to start by doing the 5 minutes of videos. Okay? And the first video will be about learning skills, reading comprehension. And then we will have our next video about the importance of fluency, okay? And what is fluency so you can know how to be fluent in your reading. All right, so I'm going to start this video. Does anybody know what fluency is? What you think it is?
Fluency is you understand and comprehend the passage that you're reading.
Okay, you say you understand and comprehend the passage that you're reading. Anybody else? Okay, so we're going to learn what fluency is and how some skills with reading comprehension. Okay, so we're just going to look at this video for about we got 2 videos, less than 5 minutes, and so you can know what we're talking about.
My name is Brian, and I am in a rush.
Okay, let me skip this.
Feeling overwhelmed by the amount of reading that's expected of you in university. Struggling to get the most out of what you read. By interacting, annotating, and selecting as you read, you can be more productive and stay on task better. Interacting with the text helps you identify what you bring to it. What do you know about the topic? About the author? When was it written? For whom was it written? These are important questions in establishing the text context. Answering them forms a relationship between you and what you're reading. This is important for creating understanding. You want to annotate as you read. Highlighting and underlining are great if it's your book, but they're only half the job. Always make notes explaining why you're choosing these ideas and your reactions to them. That way, you have an answer key that will explain, in your own words, important passages from the reading. Finally, read selectively. This doesn't mean reading every other line. It means targeting key terms, focusing in on explanations and illustrations, and paying attention to signposts or words that situate you in the text, like although, similarly, and therefore. They act like points on a roadmap, reminding you where you are, where you've been, and where you're headed. Reading well takes time, but the more you do it, the more automatic and effective this kind of reading becomes. Want to learn more? Visit kings.uwo.ca/learning hub.
Okay, now I know I told you guys before when you're reading, you need to annotate. Okay, annotate, summarize, underline words you don't understand. I've been telling y'all that forever. Okay, so in this video, you kind of emphasize more on it, that what you need to do. Look at explanations, illustrations. You can visualize. You can connect it to prior knowledge. If you know about the character in the story, it kind of, it might refer to what you're living or somebody else. So these are things that can help you more with comprehension. All right, so you have to remember that when you're reading. I know we don't think about it all the time when we're reading. We just kind of read and I just want to take a test and get it over with. But you have to kind of look at your strategies to understand what you're reading. And the more you read, the better you are. Okay, you have to read a lot, and the better readers you can be. All right, so now we're going to look at fluency, since some of us really don't know what it is. Okay, we're going to look at that video.
If it's worth showing
All right.
it's worth protecting.
Skip all this.
Add text coverage to your USAA lender.
All right.
Reading fluency. There are many parts to learning to read. One of them is fluency. Growing in our fluency makes us a better reader. Fluency is being able to read with speed, accuracy, and expression. In order to understand what we read, we need to be able to read fluently while reading aloud or silently in our heads. Let's look at speed first. Fluency is not about reading the fastest. We also don't want to read really slow. We want to read at a just right rate, not too fast and not too slow. Let's take a look at a story. When I'm first reading a story, I may be slower as I figure out words. One day, a boy was riding his bike down a road. He saw something in the street. Now, did that sound a little too slow to you?
Yep.
But if I also read it like this, one day a boy was riding his bike down a road. He saw something in the street. That feels a little too fast. So we want to read it just right. Maybe something like this. One day a boy was riding his bike down a road. He saw something in the street. When I read it just right, then I will be able to understand it a lot more. And a great way to improve your speed is to read books again to increase your speed. Another important part of being a fluent reader is to read with accuracy. Accuracy is reading the words correctly. We don't want to have the just right speed, but then read a lot of the words wrong or incorrectly or skip them. We want to be able to sound out and identify the words correctly. Let's continue our story about the boy biking and practice accuracy. As he got closer, he realized it was a small painted turtle moving slowly in the center of the road. You saw that I needed to adjust some of my reading to make sure I was reading the words correctly. A fluent reader doesn't skip words either. A great way to improve your accuracy is to track words with your finger to be sure what you say matches what the book says. The other important part of being a fluent reader is to read with expression. Expression means adding feeling into your story and making sure to attend to punctuation. So noticing that punctuation. Listen to me read this part without expression. All of a sudden, he heard something. Was that a car? It was coming down the road right towards the turtle. Reading that way doesn't help me understand the story or make the story very interesting. But when I use expression, reading out loud, or even in my head, it makes the story more interesting. All of a sudden, he heard something. Was that a car? It was coming down the road right towards the turtle. Do you hear the difference? The punctuation tells me when to pause and change my voice. If I don't pause at punctuation, it doesn't make a lot of sense. If I say, all of a sudden he heard something, was that a car? It doesn't make sense. Also, when I see a question mark, my voice goes up.
Was that a car?
And my voice has stronger emotion with an exclamation point. It was coming down the road right towards the turtle. Let's practice our speed, accuracy, and expression as we finish this story. Read with me. The boy quickly hopped off his bike and jumped up and down, yelling, "Stop! There's a turtle!" The driver stopped fast, just a few feet from the turtle, looking confused. The boy quickly ran to pick up the turtle and showed the driver. The driver smiled and waved. The boy brought the turtle to the pond nearby. Bye, little guy. Go be happy, the boy said to the turtle. The turtle seemed to smile, sitting on the rock by the water. As you read with a just right speed, with accuracy, and with expression, you will understand and comprehend so much more. This helps you follow the story so that reading is so much more enjoyable.
So now I'm going to read this story. I'm going to model the story on how to read with fluency and reading comprehension, okay? Everybody should have a story. Scorpions. Everybody should have this story right there. So with this title, what do you think this story might be about? The scorpions. Okay, that's an easy one, all right? Okay. So I'm going to read this story. It's a little short story. A little information about scorpions. And I'm going to read it with fluency and comprehension. Okay, and then I have some questions. Maybe you might can help me, but we'll work on it together, okay? So, scorpions appear to be threatening creatures. Their 8 legs, pincers, or claws, and venomous stinger make them look very scary. Even though scorpions are arachnids, you wouldn't mistake one for a for a spider. They look more like small lobsters, ranging from 2.5 inches to a little more than 8 inches long. All 2,000 species of scorpions eat other animals, mostly insects. They use their venomous stinger to kill their food. While these carnivores look like they would enjoy eating one of us, in reality, only 20 to 30 species possess poison strong enough to kill humans. Scorpions' habitats are on every continent. They live in woodland areas, the desert, the rainforest, in British Columbia, North Carolina, and even high in the Himalaya mountains. No matter where they are, scorpions must have soil too, so they can burrow or dig. The holes they dig are also called burrows, and this is where they live and hide. Some even create tunnels to travel between burrows. If you were a scorpion, where would you want to live? Now, y'all see how I write that with fluency? And I took my time. I had to stumble over a few words, but then I corrected myself with the words. Y'all notice that? And I stopped at the punctuations. So if you see a comma, it's comma. You got a second to breathe. Question mark, your voice goes up a little higher when you're asking a question. And I read with excitement. It wasn't dull, like boring or anything like that. So that's how you read passages. Okay? So, and then we're going to incorporate the W's and the hows in it. So the W's strategy means who. Identify the main characters or people involved in the text. What? To determine the main events or actions that occur in the text. When? Establish the time or period in which the text is set or events take place. Where? Identify the location or setting of the text. Why? Analyze the reasons or motivations behind the events or actions in the text. And how? Understand the methods or process involved in the events or actions. Now, you might not get all of these questions in this text, okay? So, what are we talking about right here? We're talking about scorpions, okay? All right. So, I'm going to throw out a few questions, see if you can answer it. And I just modeled how to read fluently and reading comprehension and stopping at punctuation marks, okay? And take your time because I did the speed too. I took my time. I didn't rush through it. I didn't slow down. I wasn't slow. I was just right. Y'all think I was just right? Okay. So I didn't write it too fast. I didn't write it too slow. I read it in between. All right. That's your speed. Okay. So what animal looks similar to a scorpion? All right. Who said spider? All right. And you said what? Okay. It's a lobster. It looks similar to a scorpion. A crawfish. Scorpions are big. They're kind of big. So a lobster looks, like that. It's similar to a scorpion. All right. Because where we say it in the passage, where I find that passage at? Lobster. Y'all see it in the passage? Did it really say lobster? Huh? Yeah. Kind of in my word bar. But if you look at the picture, yeah, it looks more like a lobster. Okay, if you're looking at the picture, all right, because see, you got a visual aid there,
More like a small lobster.
A small lobster, yeah, a small lobster. So you do have a visual right here. You could compare it kind of to a lobster, but a small lobster. All right. All right. Now, if your friend says she found a scorpion the size of your hand, could she be telling the truth?
Possibly.
Yeah, because they can be really small too.
But they can range up to 8 inches.
Yeah, they can range up to 8 inches. Okay, good. All right. How many species are there?
2,000.
2,000 species. And see, when you ask these questions with the what's and the how, it makes you understand the passage better. So when you're reading something, use those. Use those what, when, the W's and the H. And that's going to help you understand the passage better. All right. Now, if you had a pet scorpion, what would you feed it?
Nothing.
It got to eat. It has to eat, so you will feed it some insects. That's right. A piece of meat. Feed him your dog. Yeah. Fido, here you go. Fido. You want Fido? So you'll feed it. So it got to eat something, okay? Cannot go hungry. Okay. So insects. So now why do scorpions have venom in their stingers? Yeah, they kill their food. All right. I wouldn't be stung by one of those. We don't have those around here. No. They found in different countries and stuff. So well, they found in, let me get my little passage out again. They are found on every continent. They live in woodland areas, the desert, the rainforest, woodland. So you got a lot of woods, really.
It might be deep in the wood.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go tracking in the woods to find a scorpion. Nope. All right. So, why do scorpions dig tunnels?
To live there, to hide.
They hide there. And what else? What else can they do? Let's look back at the story. So, yeah, they make tunnels. So, what they say? They even create tunnels. What they do with the tunnels? Yeah, they travel underground with the tunnels. Okay. All right. What size are scorpions? Yeah, this can be really tiny. That's why they say they can fit in your hand, and it can be up to 8 inches. All right. Why would someone be scared of a scorpion?
They're poisonous.
Yeah, they're poisonous, and they're scary looking too. I mean, I wouldn't want nothing like this coming at me.
I mean, I think there's 2,000 species.
Yeah.
20 to 30, you don't know.
Yeah, we don't know which one. With 2,000 species, we really don't know what is a scorpion. One might be sitting at your front door. We don't know, huh?
But you can identify by the color, because in my country, the black one is bad.
For real, the black one. Yeah. So y'all see when in your country you saw a lot of those?
Yes, in my house.
By your house?
Yeah, if you go outside, you see it.
Oh, what y'all did?
No, we just stay away from them, because we know that we're not supposed to play with that and touch it, because if they bite you,
Oh, goodness.
yeah, but the black one
Uh-huh.
is the more time.
But that's the only one y'all saw was were the black ones.
The black ones.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Lord. So if they bite you, a person could die, huh?
Oh, yeah. If they not have,
If
the.
Yeah.
if you're a full-grown adult, you have a lesser chance of dying, but if it's a kid, they're dying.
Oh, I know that sting must
That's why
be.
my mom always was telling us, be careful when
Oh,
you
okay.
play.
Uh-huh. Oh, Lord. You know a lot, huh? You saw a scorpion too? All right. Now, other than food and water, what would a pet scorpion need in its terrarium?
Soil,
Soil. Uh-huh.
dirt,
Who wants a pet like that?
We got a lot of
Does
people
it
that got
drink
pet
water?
scorpions.
For real?
They got people that
Why you want a pet, a scorpion for a pet?
got pets. They got
They can just get a KR dog. That's
A scorpion? Oh my goodness. All right.
oh, they don't get a snake like that.
Oh no.
a lot of people that are
That's crazy. All right. So I just went over the W's and the H. I did it. I had an H in here. Yeah. A W and the H. Now you see how that works with the story? If you use that strategy when you're reading the story, it will be easier to understand because you like what uh what is going on in the story? What type of food do they eat? You know, you're gonna ask the questions. Who are the characters? And then you could just kind of like make your notes and then you can understand what's going on. Because if you're just reading through and you don't understand what you're reading, you don't ask the questions, then you're going to get lost. And then you're going to mess up on the test. We don't want that. All right. So these are good. This is a good strategy to use. Okay. So any questions on the example I just gave y'all? Okay. So now we are in groups already. I'm going to give you a text to read and the WH questions to ask about that text. So you're going to work in a group for about 15 minutes to read the passage. You can popcorn read, however you want to read it, and make your notes, underline words you don't understand, look at for context clues for the words you don't understand, words you can't pronounce, underline it or highlight it, and we're going to take it from there. We'll give you 15 minutes and we're going to go over that. Okay. So I'm going to give you this passage. Wolf spiders. I don't know if you ever heard of wolf spiders. What y'all think this topic is about? Spiders. Wolf spiders. Anybody ever heard of a wolf spider? No?
yeah, they live in Australia.
Okay. So right here.
Big spiders.
Ooh, look.
Like the huge ones that you see on the side of the wall.
The one that you see in the movies.
The one you see in the movies? A gigantic one that comes after you. Pass it over. All right. So I'm going to give y'all 15 minutes. You're going to work in a group with this, okay? And you're going to be, you can take turns reading. And the questions are on the back. You have 10 questions. Y'all can answer those together too. You got some logic questions with it too. So if you can answer the logic questions, work with that.
As many as 100 at a time.
How are wolf spider parents different from other spiders? They carry them on their back.
In just 1 second. Why are some people scared of spiders?
Some are poisonous, some look scary. Are wolf spiders good hunters? Why or why not? they have to, because they have a lot of babies that are not, and they have to eat all of those babies. Why does a wolf spider bite kill an insect but not a human? Well, it kills an insect because insects are much smaller than them and humans are much bigger.
How does the camouflage stop the wolf spider? Are we supposed to write the answer down?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Can someone summarize this passage in your own words? What y'all just read? Wolf spiders.
So, wolf
All right. What else about them? Give me a little more information.
it talks about all the details about them, how they live, and what they look like.
Okay. All right. So it's informative. Give you information about wolf spiders, just like we read about the scorpions. Okay. So anybody familiar with it now since you read it? Wolf spiders.
But I feel like there's more than one.
Okay. So let's look at the questions. All right. They say, how many eyes does a wolf spider have? 8 eyes. Wow. I believe you've seen all kind of stuff, huh? All right. How many different directions can the wolf spiders see?
4.
Oh, wow. He gonna get confused. How you knew where to go? I'm going this way. I'm going. All right. What does the wolf spider usually eat?
Insects.
Okay. Do wolf spiders usually bite people?
Not usually.
Only
Not
when
usually.
they're bothered, like poachers.
Oh, okay.
Antagonized.
It's like a wasp. If you go mess with him, then you pass. Cause I passed by one's nest, and that thing came after me, and I didn't touch it. It just came after me, so I didn't do anything. So they talk about they don't bother you unless you bother them. But they bothered me. I was minding my own business. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they just come at you. So good thing the little wolf spiders don't bite people. All right. So what are the symptoms of a wolf spider bite? If they do bite you, because they will if you mess with them. Swelling, pain, and itching. Okay. And how do you treat a wolf spider bite?
Water, cold rag, and pain medicine.
Okay. Good. And where are you likely to find a wolf spider?
Every continent except Antarctica.
Oh, okay.
I thought it meant more specific, like in your house. Because it says doors, windows, gardens.
Yeah, shallow burrows around doors and windows, gardens, shrubs, and near running water. Ooh, Lord. I know I see running water sometimes, so yeah. Who running my water? Better turn it off. Okay. All right. How many babies can they have? 100 babies. Can you believe that?
100 at a time.
100 at a time. Okay.
They can have more than 100.
And how are wolf spiders' parents different from other spiders' parents? Oh,
But a lot of spiders do that, I think.
yeah, a lot of them can't do that. But what do they do? Because yeah, they care for them till they're young and can care for themselves. So they're there till they get old enough to go on their own. All right.
It says it's odd for the mom to
Mm-hmm.
on her back and they're arachnid.
How fast can a wolf spider move? 2 feet per second. I guess that's fast. So 2 feet. You jump on whole feet. Yeah. 2 feet per second. All right.
2 feet.
2 feet. 2 feet.
That's fast for a spider.
Yeah.
That's about right here to that door.
Mm-hmm. All right. Why should you wash a spider bite with soap and water?
To disinfect the area so it doesn't get more
Infected. Yeah. All right. And why are some people scared of spiders?
poisonous and they just look scary.
Yeah, they're just ugly. Cause I'm always running from a little spider. I have little ones in my garage. I'm just like running, like. Okay. Are wolf spiders good hunters? Why or why not? You can see they have good eyesight. I guess so. With all these eyes, 8 eyes. All right. How does being camouflage help the wolf spider hunt for food?
Because the prey won't see them.
Yeah, they won't see it. Now y'all see how this strategy using the W's and the H helps you to understand the passage.
It breaks it down.
Yeah, it breaks it down. Oh, which one? Oh, why does a wolf spider bite, kill an insect but not a person?
Because the insect's much smaller and a person's much bigger than it.
Okay, so it doesn't have enough venom to do it. All right. So using this strategy, asking these questions, the W's and the H, helps to break down the passage and it helps you to understand it better. Okay. Please use this strategy when you're taking your tests. I know sometimes it's time, but if you could use it, within that time, think about those W's and the H, and they're gonna help you break that question down. Do they give you scratch paper for that test?
Only for like
It should. Okay, now give you for the reading.
certain,
Yeah.
not for the
Okay. So whatever test you're taking, because you have to read math, you have to read social studies, you have to read science.
and everything.
Reading is in everything, and using the W's and the H strategy will help you to understand. Also, look at the fluency. Look at the speed you read. Okay. Your reading comprehension. Look at all of that. Your punctuations. That's going to help you understand it better if you read it properly. All right. So good job. I'm going to give you an independent one to do by yourselves. You did a great job with the group work. So we're going to see what you know by yourself and answer the questions. Okay. All right. Since everybody's completed their independent work, we're going to look back at the 5 W's and the H strategy. Okay. So what's your thinking about using that strategy? It's a good strategy. Okay. All right. What you think? You were saying something too. Okay.
Who, what, when, where, why, how, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can the why and the how be the same? Like
Why and how? Why? Okay, let's go over the why. The why analyze the reasons or the motivations behind the events or the actions, and the how understand the methods or the process involved in the events. Okay. So, and it also breaks the passage down, just like what is it said? It breaks it down. So if you can use that strategy when you're reading, it will be easier for you to understand the passage. All right. And remember, what about the fluency? When you read fluent, fluent, the rate, the speed. How did you guys read this passage? All, when y'all did the group and when you read it by yourself. Was your speed accurate, or it was okay? It wasn't too slow? Wasn't too fast? You stopped at the punctuations? Okay. So you remember, because a lot of us don't stop at punctuation marks. We just go straight ahead. So fluency, it includes all of that. All right. Okay. Yeah, it helps you become better readers and writers. Better readers and writers. And when you learn the comprehension too, when you can read with comprehension, it can help you become better readers and writers. Okay. So I'm going to summarize this lesson. The main points of this lesson was getting you to know about fluency and to read it fluently. Okay. To look at your rate, to look at your speed, to look at the punctuation. Remember that when you're reading, because if you run through reading and read too fast, you're not going to understand what you're reading. If you read too slow, it's going to be boring. You can probably fall asleep. you do. You be reading, no, you got to read it just right. And make sure that you stop at the punctuation marks. And especially when you ask a question, but a lot of y'all didn't know that. When you ask a question, your voice kind of goes up. What are you doing? So you see how it goes? When you're reading a question, the volume goes up a little higher. So, and with commas, you got to take a little pause. Okay. Exclamation point. That's excitement. You read with excitement too. So don't forget the excitement. You got to be reading with excitement. You can't read a story or dull because you're going to get bored. Okay. Then you don't want to read it anymore. All right. And the W's. Remember the W's. The 5 W's and the H. It's the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Remember that. Ask those questions when you're reading. Now, if you're actually taking a test, you're gonna kind of think of it in your mind because it's time. Some people don't have a time test, but if you don't have a time test, you can sit there and ask all the questions you want. Okay, so that is a good strategy. It breaks down the story in details and it will help you understand what you're reading. Okay, so any questions on these? Any questions? Any concerns? You need more information, more practice? Okay, everybody's good? All right. Okay, well, that's the end of our lesson for today. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much. Okay, and I will pick those papers up whenever you finish with it. Some of you didn't get a chance to finish in the 15 minutes. Finish the independent work. I will pick those up.